Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 643 for the week of September 22nd, 2025. My name is Ryan Higgins for like the ninth time. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who else is here this week?
The fucking deaf Brock Sager. God dang it.
Deaf?
Dude, it goes...
The audience is now deaf.
I like that. The audience is now deaf.
That's
Yes.
Who else is here?
And Kevin and Lane. All right, Toby may be joining later.
Kevin's here.
This is take 4 and action.
Okay, Kevin, can you hear Lane? Lane, can you hear Kevin?
Yes, I can hear Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, great. Hooray. Okay, my audio sounds good. Okay, Kevin, we're going to try our best not to lose half your audio. We're going to actually try to record a podcast because I'm here this week. It's a fucking curse, okay? Like, I don't know what we have done to curse the podcast gods, but we have, I don't know. We're on like third time trying to start this recording, so we're just going to go from here. I don't know where Toby is.
I would say that it was you watching the Marvels is what broke the curse.
It started the curse.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, did you like the Marvels?
I don't even want to talk about that. Other garbage to talk about here. I got so much other crap to talk about here. I don't even know. Me and Leanne just have a list of movies that we haven't watched, and the Marvels has been on it, and we just sort of throw darts at it. And she's like, anything on this list I'll watch. And I'm like, there's some garbage on here. Are you sure? She's like, yeah, sure. So what did you watch the other? What's that? Heat? What Heat?
Oh, yeah.
Heat.
What Heat?
You don't put Heat on a list of garbage. What are you talking about?
No. I'm saying on her list is a bunch of garbage, but there's some good stuff on there too. Just things she'd never seen.
Oh, okay.
So we saw Heat. That was a while ago. Also, She watched Cool World, which is
the Brad Pitt one.
Very rough movie.
It's a rough movie.
Hard to go back to that
fucking
one.
Rough.
Yeah. And I watched Silent Place 2. That was pretty good. I like Silent Place. Quiet Place. I like those. Those are fun.
Well, congratulations. This may be the only time in human history that Heat and the Marvels have been mentioned in the same sentence.
Yeah. And Marvels was on there. I was like, all right, let's get this over with. And yeah, I like here's my hot take on the Marvels.
The world's been waiting. Come on.
I mean, nothing has changed with Disney since the last 5 Marvel movies have come out, and this is just another one of them. And nothing coming is going to be good. And then now they're like, well, we lost $4 billion in stock valuation. Let's launch our Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, and nobody cares about that either. And it's like, oh wow, Disney, you should just stop, just give up for a couple of years. Let's back to the drawing board. Let's just not worry about it. It's like I have nothing to say about the movie. It's nothing. It's just
you like Brave New World better than you like Marvels.
Oh yeah. I like Brave New World. I'm not saying it's great, but I like Brave New World.
We can officially say Marvels ranks towards the bottom of your Marvel list.
I just have no opinion on it. It's nothing.
Did you see? I know this is not on the list of your topics.
I've seen all of them at this point. Yeah.
No, your topics. Couple weeks ago, there was this the Bob Iger quote that Brave New World would have done better if it had had Chris Evans. Captain America.
It probably would have.
I mean, if you take the same movie and just put Steve Rogers in the lead role, I don't know that the movie would have been better, but more people probably would have gone to see it.
Yeah, they probably would have, and that's not a knock against Anthony Mackie and his acting. It's just people have a connection to that character, but yeah, this is. Marvel is, and we've talked about this so much, Marvel is at the point that comic books eventually reached where it's like, well, we can't just do the same thing again. We got to try new characters. We got to try new takes. And the audience is like, we don't really care about this. And sure, there are some people that do, but you've lost a big chunk of your audience. There's a lot of people just kind of not into it. So, I don't expect we're going to get, do you remember there's a Wonder Man show coming out in 2 months?
What?
If it still comes out, yeah.
I expect, like Echo and Was the one that came out a little while ago? Ironheart, right? Like, they're just going to dump this, like, and just like, okay, it's sunk cost at this point. Like, it's already done. Like, just put it out. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll entice people to come back.
No, it won't at all. Yeah, I expect we're going to get Spider-Man and X-Men and Avengers movies, and that's it. Like, we're not getting any other shows. There's no other shows coming except for Daredevil season 3. We'll talk about that in a little bit, or season 2. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they're fucked. Like, I expect this Mandalorian movie is going to do awful. Just
no,
abysmal.
The Mandalorian film will do fine.
No, it won't.
Yes, because there are plenty of people that like Grogu.
It will not. It will do.
I said it will do fine. I did not say it will do
what the recent Marvel movies will do. Sure, it'll do like 110, 120 domestic and maybe a couple $100 million overseas, but it'll clock in under 500 million total. Like, it won't. Well, what did Solo do?
Is that the last Star Wars
Solo do? Solo goes 392. Yeah, I would expect. I think it'll do about that. So 4, like 390. That's. I would think Mandalorian will do something like that, which is obviously not what they want.
I just think with the Mandalorian, you're just handicapped from the start because your audience is people who have watched that show, and so
I didn't see season 3. I'm just like I'm just out of. I can care less about Star Wars right now. I'm just like, I'm out. I just don't care.
Except for Andor.
I didn't even see season 2. I want to watch it.
I haven't watched it either.
What?
Yeah, I watched season 1, and I'm like, Andor.
You haven't seen 2?
No,
dude, 2 is amazing. Fuck, what are you watching? Marvels, for God's sake.
I'm sure it is. It's in a giant queue of other things to watch, and I'll get to it someday. No, Andor was the last Star Wars thing I saw, season 1, and it was awesome. Yeah, I'm just not in a mood to watch Star Wars at all. What did Thunderbolts do? And of course, this is garbage top of the search result answers. So take all this with a grain of salt. Oh, Thunderbolts did 380. Perfect. I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for Star Wars for Mandalorian. It's going to do 380, 390. 410, something in that range. It's going to do the same thing that these low-end Marvel movies have done. It's just no one's going to care about it. I think that would be the high end of what it could do. It could legitimately like bomb. I mean, if it is like horribly reviewed and people are like, oh, it's just why even watch it? It's just an episode and a half of the TV show. Just don't waste your time. Then yeah, I could see them. I could see people just really not going. But yeah, I would think, yeah. Let's call it 4. My box, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say under 4. So it's my
Kevin, is this
box office prediction
pool?
for Star Wars?
We're going to start doing betting pools on for our end of the year.
Over or under 400.5. Okay, what's your take, Kevin? What do you got? What do you got?
Man, I just cannot even communicate to you. Like, it's not that I have no interest in this movie. It's like negative interest. Like, I would pay money to never hear about it again rather than pay money to go see it. Okay, sure. You said under. Okay, I'll take. What are we talking about? Total or U.S.?
I mean, so Thunderbolts and I don't remember the other movie I just said. Solo. Both did 390. So total. I'm gonna say 380, 390 total. I mean, again, this is quick look on Wikipedia here. Yeah. So sure, that'll be my estimate. I'll put it right there. The under 4.
Okay, I'll take under 3.
Wow. See, that would be. I mean, so Marvel's did
that's
2.
Worldwide you're talking about.
Yes, that's worldwide. Yeah.
Well, I would put money in the bank under 3 in the U.S. Come on.
Yeah.
But total. This is total.
Okay.
No. It'll start. I'm saying like 120 U.S. or something like that. 140 U.S.
All right. I'll say this is like little like Price is Right to undercut you here. I'm going to say under 350 total.
Okay. We'll see.
I'll take over 400.
You do over. Okay.
Right.
You're the over on 400.
Well, one of us is going to get out of contestants row and go up on stage after this. So.
Well, there's still Lane. Lane can still jump on this.
Lane could say
over 5?
4-1.
Over 5 or under 3, Lane?
Not over 5, but definitely over. I think it's going to go over 4, but mostly due to international, not domestic. But still not that high. I don't think it's going to go high as 5 though.
Star Wars, I'm pretty sure, has always been. I mean, it's been so driven by the U.S. markets. It's not as big overseas.
No, but they like the cute creatures and the easy to understand stuff that isn't language specific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just Toby. Toby, what's your line on the global box office for Mandalorian and Grogu? Kevin says under 350. I say under 4. Brock,
million?
Huh?
Million?
Yeah. 400 million. 400 million. We think it's going to bomb. Thunderbolts did 380. Solo did 390.
No, Star Wars fans are crazier.
Solo did 390.
But Solo's also pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mandalorian's actually light. I go 250.
Oh, you're even lower. Okay.
Well,
that's global. This is global numbers.
I'll go.
Kevin said under 350. I said under 4. Brock said over 4.
I'm gonna go US 250.
I don't think it makes that much US. US 250? No, I mean, okay, but yeah. You're looking at like 6 or 7. If US is 250, then you're talking 6 or 7, and that's a mega hit. That's a big hit for them.
No, I don't know if Mando is as big worldwide.
I think it's going to do very poorly. I think I'm actually overshooting it, but we'll see. Welcome to the Comic Conspiracy. Talk about Mandalorian.
I don't want to hate on it. Actually, I'm a big Mando fan, but I say US 250 and add another 100 from the worldwide.
See, that's like flipped how it probably will be. But okay. Well, okay. So
better internationally?
No, it's just just international entirely is a larger market than US alone.
I just don't know how well. I mean, I just don't know how well any of the Disney Plus stuff has been doing at all.
That's what I'm saying. Wow. Very bad. Thunderbolts did 380. That's sort of my line. I'm thinking it's going to do about that because Solo is the low bar, and that did about the same. So this all started because I said I watched the Marvels, and I finally watched the Marvels. So I'm now 100% complete platinum on MCU movies, and that sure is the movie that came out.
And Toby, you missed the really key point of that. It was picked from a list that also had Heat on it.
Well, we watched Heat first. That's
thank God.
I mean, Ryan, your platinum card you really need to finish off the TV shows to.
Yeah. Oh, that's the platinum. Yeah. Sorry, I silvered it. Yeah, I didn't platinum it yet. So.
Okay,
right.
Let me just say this, and then we can move on. If you watch Secret Invasion before you watch Andor season 2, I am going to.
No.
I'm going to have a stroke live on air.
No. If I do anything, I will watch Andor season 2. I loved Andor. Andor was amazing. I just am not in any mood to watch Star Wars at all right now. So I haven't seen anything since Andor. I haven't seen Mando 3. I haven't seen any of the animated stuff that's come out. I didn't see or Andor 2. I didn't see Mando 3. I didn't see Acolyte. I didn't see Skeleton Crew.
Bad Batch.
I didn't see Bad Batch. I haven't seen any of this stuff.
I actually really like Mando, but this seems like season 4 as a movie.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
right?
it's just 2 episodes of Mandalorian slapped into the theaters.
No, I think it's a season's worth of budget put into 2 hours. So,
They're going to spend $600 million on this movie because this is the budget of every episode, like a fucking $100 million or something stupid.
No, I think like with all the creatures, they spent some money on this one, at least more than a season's worth. or I think a season's worth, but condensed into like 2 hours.
I mean, they had the Lord of the Rings AT-ATs walking along the ridgeline. Like,
I
watched the trailers.
Well, I was a little confused because I originally thought this was Filoni's wrap up. I thought this was going to wrap up the Ahsoka stuff as well, but maybe I was wrong on that.
No, I think that's all like that's a weird like live action divergent of the animated stuff, right? So I think all that's
But Ahsoka and Mandalorian have crossed over a few times now. So I thought originally when they announced this movie, this was the Filoni like wrap up movie, like that covers all of that. But it seems like this is a wrap up to Mando and Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it's a real wrap up, or is this a wrap up for now and then we see them as older people later?
I mean, if it's a big hit, then I'm sure they'll do more of it. And if it bombs, then it'll be
otherwise, don't they have to die? Because we don't ever see them again unless they travel. They want to be loners or something.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't shown. This is all post Jedi, so like, it doesn't matter. There's endless amounts of stuff they could be doing. They could totally exist in the other movies and just not be there.
It'll be interesting. I mean, like I feel like Mando was their success thing. I mean, look, I know Andor was like phenomenal, but I think like Mando was their success thing.
Oh, like viewership, yeah. Andor was not very successful comparatively to Mandalorian.
Mando, I say,
it plummeted, right?
But Mando was their character.
Right.
So I wonder, once they wrap this up and say this is done, and that character goes away, what it does for Disney Plus Star Wars.
Oh, it's over. It's like the Marvel. It's like the Marvel shows. There's nothing coming after Wonder Man. There's nothing coming after these shows. There's no more shows coming.
Aren't we
They're
getting
expensive?
Vision?
Fucking hold your breath on any of that shit.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's a couple things that they're talking about, but like, everyone's excited for that Vision follow-up show. Like 8 years later, like
they're gonna bring Night Thrasher to Disney Plus. Okay.
Oh well.
I would think that I would think very little of this MCU stuff is going to come to fruition. I can't imagine. I mean, they've already scrapped what there was supposed to be like Nova and all these other shows were supposed to be. There's a couple others that got announced that or like rumored that all got killed. Any sequel show got killed. So Vision.
Is your prediction of the future that Disney Plus will be just a viewing thing as a no original content? Like, original content goes back to actual movies?
Yeah.
And then, like, TV show will go back to actual TV and then go to Disney Plus or simultaneously be released?
I just don't think they're going to do these.
They're not going to do as much TV.
You cannot do these $250 million 6-episode high-budget specialty TV shows. Like, that was the mini-series that was the, special event, not the actual television show. Like, they don't make television shows anymore. Right? Or when they do, they force them off the air and then fucking come back with their tail between their legs a week later and put the show back on the air. Sorry, guys. I mean, these shows are hemorrhaging them money. There's no profit in it. There's no people aren't gonna stick around.
Yeah, but without those shows, nobody would have subscribed. Do you think they're?
I think enough people will subscribe to these to offset the cost of no expensive original content. They are not getting enough subscribers to subscribe to counteract the cost of these productions. I cannot believe that they're profitable. I already said, Zaslav already said that the cost of Max is going, if HBO Max look, at this point I spend so much time fucking fighting saying HBO Max that I call it Max now it's called HBO Max again, and I keep like triple correcting myself.
Paramount Max Discovery. I
was going to say it's
Plus.
Right, it's gonna be Paramount Max very soon, and then Netflix is going to fucking buy them all.
It'll be PMD.
Look, Netflix isn't even making original shit anymore. They make some like cheap ass movies, and they license a ton
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I just started with my daughter. She likes it.
To make, okay? Wednesday cost them like $5 to make, and ratings for season 2 were terrible compared to season 1. And they licensed a bunch of international stuff that cost them no money.
Because it was not a visual podcast, I'm shaking my head. Like, just put it out there.
Netflix licensed a ton of international content that cost them nothing to make.
Don't forget about reality shows.
And reality shows and shitty-ass movies that cost nothing. Like Netflix didn't put any money into
Gilmore
this.
too, okay?
You were the only person on earth that liked Happy Gilmore too, okay?
No.
So
okay, well, let me put in a random pick of the week then, because it is related to the podcast. Ooh. On Netflix, the Ethernaut miniseries, which is
I've heard that's really good.
A graphic novel adaptation. It is really good, and I highly recommend that. I thought it was on my watch list. Yeah.
I haven't even heard of it.
Well, the dog doesn't like it, obviously.
Yeah, the dog doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Netflix content.
Yeah, so trust me, that's coming up in news stories too. Before we get to news, Toby, you said you had like 12,000 things you wanted to talk about. What have you been doing the last 2 months?
Living like a nerd. Yeah.
So no change?
No change. Yeah. No, I went to speaking of cons, last few episodes, I went to the Fanzine convention up in San Francisco.
What was this called? You mentioned this, but I'd never heard of it.
The Fanzine convention?
Fanzine convention.
Wait, you really?
Is it zine or scene?
I think it's Zine Fest.
The San Francisco Zine Fest.
Yeah, yes. Zine Fest. Yeah, that's what it was called. Sorry, it took me a minute. Yeah, no, I went there because I follow what I call the Yang Gang, Gene Yang and Tian and Brianna, because I enjoy like all their books at this point. So I started with Gene. I started reading all of that Clicks books, and I started enjoying them quite a bit. So I sort of had a panel, and it reminded me kind of of the old ape stuff, like people just doing their own stuff, and I surprisingly had a really, really good time at that con. So I never went before. It's been in existence for a while now. I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was going to be like more pure in the ways of comics. Like there's going to be, like Cape and Cow, like no Marvel, no DC, no companies at all. This is like old school. Like people that actually want to do comics, maybe they can't get a publisher, and photocopying things together, and.
Well, wait, is it comics or zines? Because those are not the same thing.
To me, they're not. To you,
no.
I mean,
they're not in any way, shape, or form the same thing.
I think they're the same to me.
I mean, a zine is a self-published, hand photocopied, stapled magazine.
Comic book. Why not?
It's not a comic.
Why? Really?
It's a comic book is sequential panels. A zine is not. You can have comics in a zine, but a zine is not a comic book, and a comic book is not a zine.
Majority of the ones I looked through were all comics. Every single thing I bought were all comics.
Weird.
Yeah, and in fact, all the panels I went to were all about comics. So. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you know what a zine is, right? Is this some millennial? Is this some like Zoomer boomer thing where like they've changed the meaning of the word zine?
To me, zine was always something you did yourself. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like you tell me then. I mean, there were other things. There was like a guy that had like a bunch of graffiti photos and put that into a book.
Okay, no, you keep going. That's fine. I
mean, there were also like the sticker people and whatever, like other things people. But majority of them are doing sequential stories.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
some of them very different than your traditional comics. But,
sure, yeah, mini comics. Like if they said this was a mini comic convention, then that's what this sounds like. It's not a zine. Those are not the same thing. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
All right. Well, majority of people that I looked at the table, their stuff, they were all sequential story art stuff. So, yeah. maybe I just happened to walk to all the ones that were doing stories, but yeah, I mean, majority of them were actually doing stories. There was a lot of print guys, there was some sticker people, so there's definitely some of that, right? So, but I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was the guys that really want to do comics and don't have an outlet, and they just did it themselves. So I had a grand old time over there. So, very different, obviously. I was obviously big into LGBTQ stuff, and like I knew that was going to be there, right? So and they're open for all of that, but I found books I really enjoyed. So, and I thought it was a wonderful convention. It was at the Metreon at the very top, and there was way more people there than I ever thought it would be. So it's a world I didn't know about, and I enjoyed it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so I picked up a couple of books from Brianna, zines. I guess I shouldn't say books. But, I got like 4 or 5 of them from her, and I got a couple from other people. And they're really just short stories. Yeah. Like you read them in like 2 minutes or less, like maybe even not 2 minutes, a minute, right? But some of them you could say it's kind of like the comic strip, but put in a whole like book form. Like the whole thing is a strip itself. Like the punchline is at the end of the thing. Some of each panel was a page basically. Some were more traditional. But no, they were all sequential stories. So, I mean, the ones I looked at least. Yeah. So, I really liked it.
Yeah, I would say that it's more akin to Ashcan's, because I went there like over a decade ago to Zine Fest, and yeah, it's like mostly like political or satire or social.
There's a lot of political
that kind of thing.
There's a lot of social stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of that, and I kind of knew that going in there was going to be a lot of that. Mm-hmm. But then there was also the couple of people that were just doing comics, yep. So yeah. So no, I really enjoyed it. In fact, I felt like your old Bow stuff could have had a home in there. So, or I could be wrong. I don't know. I felt like it could have fit right in.
Yeah, well, that's why we were there like 12, 15 years ago.
Yeah. Because when you were doing the Bow stuff, I'm like that would fit right into that world. I feel like, and it was a really cool thing. I really enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah.
What else you do?
I went to the Marvel Cinematic Universe concert presented by the SF Orchestra, which took pieces from all 32 movies.
Yeah.
Into one, I think it was maybe 2 hours. I had an intermission, so I'm assuming it was about 2 hours worth of music. And that was very interesting and cool. And I did the ET one a few years ago over at the San Jose Orchestra, where they just played the movie, and then all the music was done by the orchestra, which I thought was really cool. They just played the entire movie, so including the credits, the thing, the things going up, even they played even those bits. So that was cool. And likewise, when the Marvel logo came on, they played that bit, and then it was highlights of scenes and highlights from all the movies. But it was cool because first they started kind of doing the highlights, but then when they got to the later movie, when they got to Black Widow, in the end game when she passes, they asked, spoiler alert, sorry. They mixed it with the stuff from the Black Widow movie. So it was, you got a different version of it, which I thought was really cool. So it was really well done. The conductor sounded like James Earl Jones, which I had a giggle about. Yet the nice, low, big voice. But yeah, no, it's a really cool thing to see. So, yeah.
I've gone to a few of these. I did a Lord of the Rings one years ago.
It was badass. Yeah, I did that one too. Like a SAP?
Yeah, I believe so. I did a Star Wars one a long time ago, Star Trek. I did in San Francisco did Batman, so they did the whole score to the 89 Batman film. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, those are neat. I like those. Yeah, I heard about there was one coming. I didn't even know it came and went though. It seems like it kind of.
Yeah, well, one of my buddies, he's an opera singer, so he got some tickets. So all of a sudden I got this call going, do you want to come to this tomorrow? I'm like, sure, sign me up. I'll go.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So that was nice. And then when I go out of town, I like to visit other stores. This is a particular store that I've known about and saw ads for since my first American comic book, because they have ads in just about all the back in the day. I felt like there were ads for them in every single comic book, and they were like, I feel like, I want to say, the first mail order people, like pre like internet mail order, maybe, like, is that what their ads were about back? Because it was always like Mile High and then just massive amounts of books, right?
Yeah. Mile High was not the like first person to ever do mail order comics, but yeah, definitely
sure. But they had
one of the earliest. Yeah,
you bought like books in the 90s and 80s.
Oh yeah,
like like I felt like you knew about Mile High.
Yeah, they had ads and everything.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know about Golden Apple in LA if you didn't live in LA, right? Like, but Mile High, you just knew, knew about. So over the weekend, I was in Denver, and that was one of my stops. So it was a really interesting place to see. It's huge. Expected that too. It was a little bit like Frankenstein's in LA. Frankenstein's is more like a flea market style, where there's a bunch of vendors and they're all in this giant building, right? Mile High is more like the one store, but then like just a massive warehouse. And I feel like there was probably a couple cabinets that were consignment. I would not be surprised. They had just about everything you can imagine, including really 80s and 90s stuff that they probably never sold and is still there and had a layer of dust on it. But other than that, dude, it was just cool to see. They had a lot of stuff up. It was a very, very old school and retro. And yeah, it's one of the shops I always wanted to check out, so I got to do that. Yeah,
so there's a bunch of satellite stores. Are you into the real big, like, the warehouse one? Yeah,
the actual warehouse one. Yeah. No, it was cool. You walk in, and then it's like this little tiny door that you walk through to go in, and you literally go in, and it opens up, and it's like this massive comic book store. Huge, many of displays of statues, toys, and massive amounts of comics. Like, how do I explain this? It's like Hobby World if it was just comics and toys. Like, do you guys, I mean, that's hard for the listeners, but we used to have the store called Hobby World that had a little bit of everything. They had it's like the size of like a Safeway or one of those supermarkets, and they had like a section for comics, a section for manga, but they also had like a section for RC cars, a section for arcades. They had a section for like the board games. It's kind of like that if it was just all comics and toys and statues, and that's it. And there was also like some life-size, a bunch of life-size statues, and then statues going all the way back to like stuff I was selling when I was a legend still. So a lot of stuff was a little pricey, but also there's a few things I think that if you're there in the store is actually on the cheaper side. So statues I think way up, but again I think those are consignment, because the way they were, like, you had all the toys and they're all sectioned off, and like the turtles with the turtles, the He-Mans with the He-Mans, the statues they're organized by character. But then there was like a couple of cabinets that were like kind of like random things, which I think was consignment. But but yeah, it was really cool to see. Again, yeah, I enjoy going there. I bought a bootleg Elvira Lego, and that's it. So I only spent $5 there. I spent a whole lot more getting there, but I spent $5 there.
Well, you made it. Yeah, I've definitely heard, it is a cool store to walk around in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure in the day, if you needed to do a bunch of, mail order stuff, it's kind of like, oh, this is cool. This is awesome. Now, I mean, I've been around forever. They
had like half the store is kind of sectioned off.
Yeah.
Right? And you just see like racks and racks and racks and racks of books.
Yeah.
Kind of like, sort of like your warehouse. Right?
I was going to say, if I had the space, are you kidding me? Yeah, hell yeah. If I lived in Colorado and things cost 8 cents a square mile, sure.
So they had like, and it's, obviously in a very warehousey district. Like when I got there, like it's all warehouses, right?
Yeah.
And they just, happened to be a store that you can go walk into, right? And the stuff that section off is like just massive racks and racks and racks and racks of comics. They had a bunch of bins. They had drawer boxes that I think they made themselves. So I actually kind of took some notes on that because they had like some drawer boxes that came out that someone built, and I thought that looked really cool. And yeah, man, it was an experience for sure. It's definitely walking into like a 90s shop. I'm not gonna lie, because like how the 90s were, like when the comic book stores were big in the 90s, it felt like they never changed from that time. They still had the what's it called, the Ben Affleck Daredevil posters like up on the ceilings, and a lot of the 90s stuff that the Batgirl stuff is pretty big with them still. So it was a little bit time capsule, which I thought it was kind of cool.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now, I was going to send you a picture for Ken. There was like a whole display of was a Linsner.
Dawn shit? Fuck that. Burn that section. I was going to send you a picture of that. Burn it.
Yeah, I was going to like, look, I found the Ken section.
The 90s never ended.
Yeah. There was a section of a bunch of Witchblade stuff.
Nice.
So, like Brock, the life-size Harley Quinn statues there.
Really? Nice.
And then there was a bunch of, there was 2 or 3 Batmans. There was the smoking gremlin that someone handmade. There was a 12-foot big Sentinel Lego like that someone built. So that was interesting. Yeah, it was just cool, man. It was just cool.
Who sits on unsold product more, them or Legends? That's the question.
Ooh. Now, see, it's all relative, right? Like, if the rent was cheaper here, probably be the same. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but I think rent being a different situation here, I think Legends is probably losing out on this one. But I think if Legends can keep everything for all this long, I mean, there were cards there. I mean, I sent Ryan a picture about it. There were cards there from the 90s.
Coming back, baby. It's retro.
Yeah, they held on it so long that
it's hot again. Let's rip some packs, man. Let's do it.
All I'm experiencing right now is that really hard ass bubble gum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Give me some that junk wax. Let's go.
They did right as you walk in though, on the right, they had a bunch of graded comics that were like the high end stuff, right? So they had some of that. To the left is kind of the current comics and the drawer boxes. As you come in the middle is a huge amount of bins. Like there's someone made a Doctor Who police box that's in the middle over there somewhere too. To the right, there's a bunch of cabinets with statues. To the back, there's like the whole like international section of like the mangas and the imported toys. They even had a little section for like a, I don't know, movie room. Not even room. It's sectioned off, right? But like a presentation place where they could do a panel, I guess. So yeah, it was it was an interesting place. And it's something that I knew about since I was a kid. So it's would I go there for that? No, but since I was in town, I was like, I definitely want to check that out. So yeah.
So what else? That's about everything.
Man. That's about
it.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. Ryan's stating because I went to a competitor.
I don't care. I'd go if I was over there. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Some adventures, some Toby adventures. I didn't do shit, so.
I'm very, very tired, though. I think I came home, and I realized because I woke up at 4 a.m. over there to get on a flight, that's actually like 3 a.m. over here. I was like, man, I was super beat, man.
Well, we got some other new stuff to talk about here because we've been off for a few weeks. But that doesn't stop big comic news from happening. All sorts of stuff here. Hey, speaking of the 90s and old things that are kind of past its time, previews, Diamond Comics previews.
Is it
done?
Oh.
So the print catalog had wrapped up.
Pour one out for that one.
Had wrapped up a couple months ago.
Yeah, I have the last one.
They were doing digital comics I saw. It is not.
Wait. Does it mean they're gonna become a collectible like the Wizards are? Because there's people actively collecting Wizards now. That has some original art in there and articles.
Oh, sure. Every now and again, they would do like some comic strips, or they would do something in it. But yeah, the last previews, issue 445, so the last handful was digital. Do you know what was the last issue? Brock was like 441 or something like that. 441, yeah. So 445 lasted 4 issues digitally. It's like we're going back to the beginning. 98 pages. Kevin, do you remember those original previews?
I've seen the previews number 3.
Yeah, 98 pages. 257 items. That was the final print preview catalog. Now, on the back end, interesting kind of they apparently have a legally distinct new company involved with Diamond called DCD2. Diamond Comics Distribution. DCD was like the kind of the official name of the company. We got some notification that was like, oh, future payments must be made to this new place and blah 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 for the DCD2 LLC, and I'm like, oh, this is over. They're like, well, the company being sued by 35 publishers, we don't know who they are. We're DCD2 LLC, a legally distinct, completely new company. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah. So now there is no catalog. Now, one of the funny things about this is, some of the pickup that Simon & Schuster and Ingram and some of the other book distributors have, because there were still vendors, still some massive publishers that aren't through Penguin or Random House, aren't with Lunar, don't have any publishing distribution direct to comic book stores. And Viz being one of the biggest companies. Now, there are all the bookstores get Viz, so we have access to it still. But the data needed to bring that into the point-of-sale system formatted for comic book stores does not exist for Viz and a number of like book publishing, like graphic novel publishers. So it's going to be a couple months till maybe we get to the
What are you talking about? AI is going to fix the problem in a week.
Yeah, and I'm sure it won't.
And then it will hallucinate that certain graphic novels exist.
End of an era. Diamond's done. Our previews is done now. 445. Who's got them all? Someone's got them all. Someone got the digital versions of these. Someone's got 1 through 441. I'm sure people out there do.
Like Michael Ron has all of them.
He might toss them. I think he might toss it.
Isn't he the only guy that actually gives you, because in the old, like in the previous, you like get that one page that you cut out. Isn't he the only one that used that?
Yeah, but even that, I have not had someone turn in a previews order since pre-COVID at this point. We'd sell.
Yeah, but for years though, wasn't he the only one that rips out that one page?
Yeah, we had one customer that actually gave me a handwritten order every month. I had some people that would like email me, obviously, and people that would write stuff out on a piece of paper and give it to me. I would have like a comic bag that I would put all the physical orders in. Yeah. And we would keep that with the previews. So then I would do the orders in there when I was going through, because I would write
I remember you used to write. And then, like, so the total number, and then you cross it out.
Well, at the beginning,
how many issues you get for each book too? Like 6 of this, 12 of this, 20 of this.
Yeah. And at the beginning, Brock, I mean, you were helping me do FOC, right? So we'd physically go through the wall and look at the different copies. And for previews, we'd basically take the entire book and be like, okay, 50 copies of Batman, 12 copies of this.
It was a 2-man job to do FOC, and one person was yelling, "A cover, B cover."
Yeah,
Which cover are you talking about?
Well, then, but that was all like pre-variant covers, right? Yeah. Sometimes variants would exist, but there was like it was so
they weren't as predominant like in the like late aughts.
No. The variant covers were very minimal.
Yeah. New 52 branched out more, and then Rebirth really.
Yeah, I mean Marvel and DC. Once I started picking them up, everything was already computerized by that point, and then we started, But the early 2010, 2012 maybe was kind of the tail end of us doing any sort of physical paper
when
orders.
We were doing FOC, we were bless you. We were doing every week, so we weren't doing everything. We were only doing stuff for every week, and then.
But I was still doing initial order.
Well, yeah, you were doing initial order. So there was a fifth thing that we would do, and it was either Sam, Marshall, or myself that was there, and we would basically you would literally just go, all right, these are my numbers. This is
because because we still had initial orders. So right now, the idea of an initial monthly order is basically gone, right? With Diamond was the last person that kind of had any publisher. Penguin Random House and Lunar do not have. They technically have initial orders, but every single item they offer is on FOC, so there's no reason to do an initial order. So I would go through the physical catalog, write down numbers, and then when it came, I would put those orders into the. So we would still computerize that. I would still go through the system and upload.
We still used Moby.
It was Moby
we had the sub lists, so you at least knew what your sub numbers were.
Right. So we would still have to physically put in through Diamond's, like their program, we would have to go through, submit all our numbers. Then on FOC, we would go through the catalog and be like, okay, I did order 20. We have 15 left. Let's drop that by 3. So then I would scratch it out on the physical paper, go through back. Yeah. Wow. I fucking do FOC from home now. Like I do it in my house.
You do it in your
I'm like, I haven't had to look at the wall in a decade at this point. Like this is ancient times when we had to do this stuff. Okay. This was my first job when I first worked at a comic store, back when I was in Massachusetts. One of my jobs during that summer was to do inventory. And so basically you would have the Kevin, I'm sure you did this. He had this too. You had the list of all the comics and their quantities from like the previous week. Did you guys do like a stock check?
When we had to do inventory, I think this is even before your time.
Yeah.
Every employee got a yellow legal pad and a pen, and you just went so if your job was the new release rack or the last 2 weeks rack or the back issue bin, whatever. Okay, I'm starting at Action Comics. How many copies of Action Comics 401? 1, 2, 3. Okay, write it down on the pad. 402. 1, 2. Write it down on the pad.
Yeah, we basically I had a printout that would be, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6.
Wait. It's very important. Was this printout from a dot matrix printer?
Oh, of course, 100%. Of course it was.
Brock, that's even more advanced than the comics and comics inventory system.
Right. I know. But it would be like Action Comics, and then there would just be like a blank field for like the number, right? So then this is the last like 10 issues that we have on the wall. And then week by week, okay, every Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it was, we do inventory. Like go through, okay, there was there's 5, now there's 3. Okay, so we sold 2. Yeah, like
I had a binder at Legends.
Yeah,
I like a binder where it's just listed. Like I just every week I go see what the updated thing is, and I drop the numbers or I'll make them up higher based on that.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, and I do it in my pajamas. I'm just like, man, sitting at home.
You complain more than ever. Like life is so much better. Like we have like superhero movies. You do shit in pajama. Yet you complain more than you ever have, my friend.
I'm complaining at all about this. It's amazing. I'm not saying that was better. That was way worse.
Well,
it's amazing.
Well,
now.
You only had 300 items for the month. Now you have previews has like before previews left. They had what? 9.
It was like 4,000 items.
Yeah, it was like 4,000 items. Like if
and half of that was Dynamite variant covers. Yeah. So
I have to say, end of an era. I have to pour one out because the joy, like back in the day in the 90s, when you get the previews, it was like the internet existed, but it was still like early internet where the previews was kind of your news, right? When you get the previews, it was like you get to see, say, the covers for the first time, or like you get to see what imported toys are coming, or like it was kind of like it was like every month it was almost a little bit of a Christmas. You go, what are the things I can order now? I got in trouble for that because I ordered way too much shit that I liked and never had space for it. But it was pretty much like Christmas every month when previews came to flip through every single page like literally from beginning to end to see what's coming, right? Between all the comics, between what graphic novels are coming, between all the toys.
Yeah, you'd have interviews in Comics Journal or maybe Comic Shop News, kind of in the later end or any of the magazines that would tell you like, oh, this is something that's coming up. But 99% of what was in there, you had no clue what was going to be in that catalog.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was an awesome
He was typing very loudly. Is that Lane?
Oh, is it loud?
Typing very loudly.
It's actually
as opposed to when as opposed to when I type very loudly.
When you type, I just imagine that GIF of
I'm usually typing.
Jim Carrey just pounding on the keys.
All right.
So Diamond, we're pouring? So we're not pouring one out for Diamond. We're pouring one out for the old ways.
For the old ways of previews.
No, we're pouring one out for the Previews magazine.
Okay, Previews magazine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not for Diamond itself, but for Previews magazine. It was a magical time.
Or DC D2, right? Like, fuck those guys.
I remember like there was times where you would go just straight to the back. That's where all the toys and statues were, and just be like, "Holy shit, this is coming out!"
Yeah, Toby. In my memory, the Previews catalog it's like good stuff up at the front, good stuff in the back, and then like a dead zone, a desert in the middle.
Oh yeah. There was like the drag. So when I was an employee that just got to work, that's how it was. The beginning was awesome, the end was awesome, and the middle you kind of just flip through it, right? I literally would be working and flip through like the middle. Now when to the later years where I had to order everything, it was like it was fun because you also get like all the random independent publishers where you go like I never heard of this. Like how many do I do? 2? Do I do 5? Like man, but yeah, good times. I do miss the preview times. That was a special thing.
Yep.
Ryan, what happened to Green Arrow? I saw a news story right before we started.
Oh, okay. Well, this actually will tie in.
Okay.
We're in the middle of a mini DC implosion right now. Talk about the good old days.
1978. We need some 1978 music and like some swirling screen.
Have you heard about the DC explosion? How about the DC implosion? Okay, so there has been a number of less than great things over the last couple of weeks at DC. Some of it's just normal cancellation stuff, but they're kind of. DC has trimmed dramatically incentive covers. Now, some people may actually think this is a great thing. It's interesting. Very few books being released by DC Comics in the new catalogs have incentive covers. They had trimmed back. I ordered, I believe, 0 incentive covers from DC were available to order on FOC this week. They have been trimming back the number of 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s, yada, yada, yada.
The open orders are still there.
Open orders are still there, yeah. A number of things that had been incentives in the catalog from last month were converted to open order, and now in the new catalog, there is almost no... I have to go back and look. There's almost no incentive covers.
Is it the last one or the one...
The previews, the one that'll be out this week, and then the one, the catalog they got solicited. The online solicitations went up last week.
Okay, so it's issue 65 then.
So one has to assume a lot of this is because of orders or lack thereof, right? I mean, they wouldn't cancel this type of stuff if they were getting a ton of orders for this. Now, Marvel still does a fair amount of incentives. I feel like they've trimmed a little bit too, but there's still quite a lot of incentive covers. So, shift in the market, they're just doing less of this stuff. I don't know, hard to know, but I think it's it's pretty obvious DC seeing some lower numbers on this over the last couple of weeks, and then Green Arrow seemed to hit a bit of got a little bit more press than Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey canceled, Green Arrow canceled with the upcoming issues. 2 very well-liked series that DC was publishing, Kelly Thompson and
Chris Condon?
Chris Condon, right, doing Green Arrow. Fan favorite characters, always.
How many issues did it go? Was it like 20?
Yeah, no, 30, something like into the late 20s. Like I think Green Arrow's 31, Bird's Age like 28, 27, 28 or something like that. Yeah. So, these days, unfortunately, not terrible runs. I mean, it beats the 5 issues Marvel puts out, but you're just like, Kelly Thompson can't do a Birds of Prey series that's going to sell. What's this market, right? Like I'm getting a little scared here. The Absolute books are obviously doing very good, but that can't be the entire DC universe.
Although at 20, 30 issues, that's one omnibus.
Yeah, so. Yeah. A lot of these books that were launched in. So this was all the 2023. What was the thing called? All In was last year. What was 2023?
Oh shit! What was 2023?
If you want to look it up, Brock, I can't remember what it was called, but it was their like little line of new launches. Green Lantern's still going on. Wasn't
it Heroes something? No,
I don't remember.
New Age of Heroes.
No, that was. It was a while ago.
It was 5G, right? Right. That's
no. Anyway,
5G was the Didio.
Project. Right. Dawn of DC,
thank you. Yeah. So a lot of those Dawn of DC projects maybe getting a little long in the tooth, and so I
was pretty close, motherfucker. I was pretty close. Dawn, New Age.
It's tough to think that. I mean, we're just again the old ways of ongoing comics. They're just don't exist anymore. You have to just accept that we are in an age of a writer-driven miniseries, and the books will run until that writer is off the book. Poison Ivy will end when G. Willow Wilson's off. They're not going to it probably would have ended Green Arrow when Josh Williamson left, but they kept it going, but then they canceled it after basically an arc. So I hate that this is what comics are, but I think you just have to prepare yourself that this is the future of comics. When Matt Fraction's off Batman, I expect a new number 1. I think there is not enough sales. And Marvel, unfortunately, I think has kind of has figured this out, and this is now the norm. Maybe they'll keep Detective in Action just as
no, they'll have the new number 1 and then the legacy number. Then they'll have number 2,
right.
The legacy number. They'll have
right. I think Detective in Action.
Numbers.
I think Detective in Action they'll keep, and everything else we will get. Every writer creative team change will be a new number 1, but legacy numbering like that. I am fighting the old ways so hard on this. As long as the books are good, I don't really care what the number is.
Yeah, the renumbering, I think of certain things like, Green Arrow, fine. Like that level of character, okay. But when you're dealing with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the higher ones, those ones that have already hit 700s, right? You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I just assume this is the way every Marvel and DC will be going forward. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I would expect this to be the standard. Now, usually series aren't canceled after, if they're canceled at 30 issues, that's kind of a good run. If it's Marvel, it's 5 or 6. But we have a new record of length for a book to get canceled, and that's issue 1. Now, I think, did Grant Morrison, Jim Lee's, did they get 2 issues out?
No, only one.
It was only the 1, right?
Of what?
Of Wildcats?
Oh. Yep. 1.
They only published the 1 issue of that. Okay.
They didn't cancel that due to...
So we're tied.
Yeah.
Are we tied for the shortest run of a DC comic? Has there been any others that have been 1 issue and then canceled?
Gosh, even Man-Bat's solo title in the 70s got 2.
All those Implosion books lasted a couple, right? They all went like 7 or 4 or something like that. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to look and see if any other DC book was canceled after one issue. But we have a new one, and that is Red Hood #1, canceled after 1 issue. Now, look, I don't want to get into the politics behind it. I just don't want to. You can go on the internet and read all about this. I'm just saying, DC had a chance to give. Let's take all. The reason the writer was fired off the book because of statements made online, and then they canceled the book. I think that's ridiculous. Like, not the fact that the writer was taken off the book. And again, you can have whatever opinion you have on that. I personally think it's also ridiculous, but that's not where I'm going with this. You have a second issue in the can, basically, and 3 and 4 or 5 are already being worked on here. You have Jeff Spokes, an incredible artist, working on it. Doing great art, whatever you think of the story of the first issue, whatever. You could have had a new writer come in and rescript #1 or #2 using the existing art, just rescript it. You then maybe take a month off and then rework whatever your plans for 3 and 4 were, or go every 6 months or every 6 weeks or something like that, and then just have the book continue. Canceling the book after 1 issue is just a bad move on DC's part. I know everyone was jumping to just, everyone in that 48-hour time span was jumping to all sorts of things, but like they just should have let the book exist and have. You want to fire the writer? That's fine. I don't agree with it, but it's your choice. It's your company. It's your choice. Screwing over the fans of the book, screwing over the other creators on that book, it's just not.
Well, it wasn't it also supposed to be the first 17 plus in the DC continuity book?
Yeah. So it was actually originally going to be a bagged comic. They asked us about this. They're like, "Hey, we want to do this like the Marvel Red Band stuff. We want to have it bagged and blah blah blah." I'm like, you can. Like, I think I don't know why they didn't. I thought that was the plan, but then it shipped normal. Maybe they backed off last minute, but yeah, it was supposed to be kind of like a Black Label-ish. DC book. So
it was supposed to be in DC proper, not outside of it.
Yeah, but what I mean is it's a more adult,
mature book.
It's 17 plus, 17 plus. Book. I think just so dumb that they canceled this book. Red Hood's a very popular character, real fan favorite. Love, always get asked for Red Hood comics. I think like the animated movies made a lot of people fans of this character, of this take on the character. So Jason Todd. So it's a younger audience is into Jason Todd. So I think it's a real shame that they screwed this up. I think they could have said, "Hey, look, we're going to take the action against the writer, but we're going to keep the book going on. We're going to let's get someone in. We're going to rework the series." I mean, if you knew Condon was going off Green Arrow. To me, it's like Green Arrow to Red Hood. You're in the same ballpark of character. Here.
And Condon has done a lot of stuff that's really solid with mature themes, and like he would be a good fit to just shoehorn in and get something going, right?
Yeah. Just real. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone's ghost written another book or taken over mid-run. This happens. I'm saying regularly, but it definitely has happened. Definitely happens. You have people come in and need to fill in, and they need to rework a script and rework the artwork. It's so just disappointing.
Yeah, and you're also punishing the other people working on the book.
Right. That's what I said. Like Jeff Spokes, incredible artist.
Contract. Look, I now have, not me personally, I'm talking about them. If you're in that position, colorist, inker, letterer, whatever you're doing, well, I can now count on a steady paycheck for the run of this book. I'm on this book. And now suddenly, I'm sure they were paid for the issues that were already worked on and the checks were cut.
Yeah.
But I mean, your employment that you were counting on is now over because of nothing that you did, not because of sales, not because of content. It just seems so short-sighted.
Well, you didn't even get a chance for sales,
right?
And we were almost sold out before this broke. I mean, obviously the book went crazy, speculation, blah blah blah. Everyone bought up copies, but it was selling very well for us. So this wasn't like some nothing dinky book that nobody cared about. We were doing really good with it. So, and I ordered pretty heavy. Just disappointing. Yeah, it was a bad move from DC. I mean, good on them for letting us return them or scrap them if we want. They credited stores back for all the issues ordered. They obviously canceled everything, so I didn't lose. Like, nobody lost any money on this, but it's except for the creators, except for the people that were working on it. So that's the real sad part. Let's. I got some movie stuff to talk about here. Let's start with the worst and go to the best. Let's end on a hopeful note.
That's not this podcast. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm gonna end on a hopeful note here. Hey, who's going to LA Comic Con?
Huh?
Who's going to LA Comic Con?
Not this guy.
Toby, you going?
This is the worst story?
This is the worst story. Yeah.
No.
You want to meet Stan Lee?
Oh.
Yeah. You can meet Stan Lee at LA Comic Con. An AI Stan Lee hologram will be at LA Comic Con for you to talk. $20 to meet a that's the hologram at the
is it the same guy sort of pimping it out when he was at the end there? Because that'd be horrible.
Fans will be able to speak with the hologram at the Stan Lee Experience section of the con, a 1,500-foot enclosed booth which costs $20 to enter. You can meet celebrities and get autographs of a hologram, a one-on-one 3-minute conversation. Head of the Bob Sabuni, head of the Stan Lee Legacy Program for Cartoon Studios, was interviewed by The Hollywood Reporter for this article. For the love of fucking Christ, I don't like this at all. So I was afraid they were going to do this in the movies, and that was bad enough. But, like, come on.
I mean, let's be honest.
So, okay.
Hold on.
According to organizers, this is later in the article. I hope anyone going there. According to the organizers, the Lee hologram may also pop up in different parts of the convention as a surprise, perhaps to introduce a panel or two. If you're at that panel, I hope you boo the fuck out of this, okay? Boo the fuck out of a Stan Lee hologram. Run those people out of this convention in a purely legal way, of course. This is terrible. Terrible. I'd sorry.
I'd be down for the illegal way of running them out, but, and I'd be down for the illegal way.
I'm sorry. This is awful.
For $20, you can just ask that AI thing about as many Marvel character private parts as you possibly can.
I wonder what it thinks about the Holocaust. I wonder if you could record that and put that out on social media after it answers. Yeah, I bet it has thoughts. I bet it has thoughts on. I bet it has thoughts on drinking bleach. I'm sure. These AI is really smart. I'm sure it's not going to give you some horrible answer that's going to kill the company from when you record it and
I'm just
post
waiting
on
for the
social
fan
media.
that kills themselves after going to this AI thing. For fuck's sake.
So terrible.
Why do we live in the worst timeline? Like, what? Like,
so terrible.
Seriously, though, what Marvel character private part would you ask?
I would not ask anything. So I don't know, like, because it's actually a toss up here. Which is worse, the Stan Lee hologram or Paramount? I said that word weird. Paramount and or Netflix purchasing Warner Brothers Discovery.
That one is by far worse than the hologram.
See, like, because the AI thing has an immediate problem right in your face, and it's like, just get this out of here. Global brand consolidation is just something we're gonna have to live with forever, and you can't really do anything about.
Yes. The AI thing is gross in a way you can avoid if you just don't go to that. The other thing is gross in a way that is fundamentally detrimental to consumers and to the industry.
2 reports from the last couple of weeks of Skydance, which is Paramount's parent company now. It's officially called, it's just called Skydance, right?
Yeah.
Skydance, yeah.
It's not Skydance something, right? Skydance and then Netflix are in talks to purchase the newly split apart Warner Brothers and Discovery. Remember Warner Brothers and Discovery, 2 companies, yes. And then they merged and they became Warner Brothers Discovery, and now they're in the process of splitting apart to Warner Brothers and Discovery. But Paramount, which is owned by Skydance, so Paramount, Skydance, and Netflix are both in discussions to buy Warner Brothers and Discovery.
So you're telling me I'm going to get...
So you could have Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers, Discovery.
No, you're going to have Discover, SkyMax, Paramount Plus.
I don't think.
And then you're going to have Max Netflix.
Ryan Ellison doesn't want Discovery. He wants the Warner Brothers franchises.
Sure.
So Discovery is going to be an orphan off somewhere. Someone's going to get that.
Just cut it.
What does Netflix want? I mean, Netflix doesn't want Discovery. No. I mean, maybe they do because there's a bunch of cheap shit that they can put on Netflix
that you could just perennially run.
Yeah. Bunch of reality shows and garbage. So.
You could just.
Is that? I mean, that might be what this is. Paramount, Skydance takes Warner Brothers, and Netflix takes Discovery for just.
I mean,
churning
if you're
out
Netflix,
global content.
If you're Netflix, wouldn't you want Harry Potter, DC characters, and all that?
Yeah, I'm sure you would, but like.
But would you take pennies on the dollar for 90 Day Fiance, House Hunters, et cetera, all that?
Yeah, I mean, it would give Netflix a shitload more of what they already have. So I'm sure that would be, affordable and be like, yes, we can add, 15,000 hours of content to our service. And AI subtitle for every known language on Earth, and I'm sure that's good for Netflix, but I would guess Netflix would want Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, and they sell along. They own Lord. They own them. Oh no, that's Amazon now, right?
Yes, it's Amazon now.
What the hell? Oh, Game of Thrones. Sorry, I was thinking Game of Thrones. Not Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones. Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and DC and everything like that. Yeah. So, not that I expected the Warner Brother Discovery unmerged to Warner Brothers and Discovery to go well either, but this is like these are 2 even worse options. So, who the hell knows? And it's just, it's funny too because like DC, I mean, DC might not be in the best place, but they've been pretty stable at least. DC Films has been great as far as we can tell. They've had just multiple hits. So this is not a great, I don't know. Zaslav will get his big paycheck and it's whatever. He just walks away a billionaire. So good on him, I guess. Like, congratulations, you won. But like, what a sad state of affairs. What a sad state of affairs.
Yep, and it started back with the DC and Fox, or the Disney and Fox. When was that? 20.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
It was even worse than that. It was the Disney and Lucasfilms.
Well, but Lucasfilm wasn't a standalone studio, though. Like,
I know.
Lucas and Marvel were independently owned companies. They were not, they were massive corporations, but they were their own thing. They were not this. They were not I mean, what would it be down to? I mean, MGM is Amazon.
Yep. You'd have Sony.
So you'd have Sony, Amazon, Disney, and Paramount.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Skydance. And before, right? I mean, that's it. That's every major.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're a creative person, you want more buyers in the marketplace with different tastes. That's what makes the industry churn and interesting. If you're a consumer, you want more studios, not fewer studios. oh, I get the FF and the MCU. Who gives a shit? In the larger scheme of things, that's a terrible trade-off. To lose Fox so you could have the X-Men interact with the Avengers, that's a terrible short-sighted trade-off. I know no fans are in charge of this, but I just mean it's awful. This kind of contraction is bad for the movie industry, the TV industry, professional writers, and also people who consume this stuff. Despite what you might think in the short term, in the long term, it's really bad.
Viva la independence.
Yeah.
Wage.
Yeah. It's going to have to be that.
Yeah. It's the only way out. It's going to have to be a big independence resurgence. So, because everything else is going to be super cookie cutter. What's it called?
I saw something where they were talking about Sony pulling a Sony, and apparently right now Sony is in still talking about the Halo movie, right? They're talking about rebooting Starship Troopers, and they're in the process of doing a Helldivers movie. All of this shit is virtually the same. Like, it's the same fucking thing. Very few nuanced differences to each thing. It's just
yeah.
I think I read somewhere. Isn't there a Rocky prequel coming out?
Fuck.
Like a not Stallone, but a new person to act as younger Rocky. And I'm a huge Rocky fan. Don't get. I love the Rocky franchise. I love all the movies. I love Creed. I don't know about this young Rocky.
Yeah, Toby,
thing.
You don't need any story before that first movie. You don't need any story before that.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. I don't know, man. I'm a huge Rocky fan. I even like Rocky 5. I even like, I love this franchise and I love Creed. I don't want to see this. I was like, man, I don't know about this.
I think every time I've heard an idea for young blank, it's always like, why? There's never been a time I've heard that and gone, yes.
I have to say, as a kid, I did enjoy Young Indiana Jones Adventures because it was like a way to see Indiana Jones on TV.
Yeah, and I liked that. I liked that movie, Young Sherlock Holmes, as a kid.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah.
Toby's a big fan of Young Sheldon, I hear. So it's.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite show because I see that I think of Ryan every day.
Yeah. I love a bunch of famous popular media stuff, but I'm watching old stuff and new Star Wars and new Star Trek and most of the Marvel movies and shows and any of the new reboots of the cartoons. I'm just like, I'm sure some people are watching them, but boy, my interest is zero in most of this stuff. Even Star Trek, I was like, oh yeah, the new Star Trek's pretty. And just the more I watch, I'm like, boy, I just don't like any of this stuff anymore. I struggled through the second season of Strange New Worlds. I was like, the first season was pretty good. And the second season, I'm like, this is actually really annoying. I don't like this at all. I gave up on Discovery. I finally was like, I can't fucking watch this. It's now a show to watch in the background when I'm doing work. I just can't watch it. I have no interest in the new shows that are coming up. So yeah, there's things that I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm into this, but it's like, no. Remember they did a second season of that Lord of the Rings TV show?
Yeah. I didn't even watch it.
I watched it.
I haven't. Are they doing a third? Yes. Did we talk about this? They are doing another season?
But did you like it?
So here's the thing with that Lane.
Hold on. Back up. Did you like the first season? And yes or no? And then did you like the second season?
Did you wait? I have to ask you a question first. Did you watch them?
I watched the first season.
It was fine. Yeah. The first season was fine, but I'm just like, if it didn't exist, I would also be okay.
It was so unnecessary, but I was never bored watching it. It was just ultimately like a sugar high. When it's over, it's just like, well, what did I eat again? I have never thought about it since it was over.
Yeah,
agreed.
The second season was pretty much that same review. It's just
okay. I just don't know why they did it. And then when I watched it, yeah, it didn't stay in my head. So I had no what's it called? No inclination of watching the second season. I mean, maybe if I'm completely out of stuff to watch.
That's never possible.
Toby, I have like 7,000 seasons of Super Sentai and Ultraman and Kamen Rider.
That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff.
Toby, trust me, you will never run out of stuff. Let me know. I got them for you, baby. Okay, like let's go. Let's go.
Boy, man. I some of them are on Amazon Prime right now, and dude, holy shit! Some of the old ones are pieces, man. Are pieces.
Yeah, my watch list
in a fun way. You have to have a really open mind about some of it.
my watch list right now is Jacka, the second season of Super Sentai, Mobile Suit Gundam Victory, which is 1992, I believe. I'm finishing on my rewatch of Voyager, so I'm on season 3. I think I'm almost in season 4 of Voyager. Then I'm going to Enterprise.
And Andor.
Finish off my OG. Yeah. But this is like my like my watch, and I'm watching all the 30 for 30 docs on ESPN.
All of them.
Yeah.
There's some good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched the first like 6 or 8.
I didn't know if you were just cherry picking the Boston ones.
No. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? I texted you about Toby the other day. Who the hell is
Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah. How funny he is.
He's a professional cycler now?
No, is he?
Like a pro cycler. He had a pro basketball career.
Huh.
He is a TV analyst for basketball, and he is a pro cycler at this point.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he did some TV work, but yeah, he's a really funny guy. Anyway, just like...
Oh, you know what? It's did you watch the what's it called? The New York and what's it called? Indiana series? Because he was the analyst, which made it even greater.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Because of all his, oh my god, dude, it was so good. It was so good. He played right into it too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating stuff. Like, look, I'm watching tons of new stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but it's like we watched The Paper. It's actually really good. The Office spinoff, I really liked it. But like, it's a 10-episode, all released at one streaming thing, and I'm like, what does this do for you as a company? What does this do for Paramount or Peacock? What is Peacock? NBC? Like, why is this not TV? Like, why is this on this? Why is this all at once? Like, did you forget how to make TV shows now? It's like movies. I'm like, I have no interest in anything coming out. Like,
well, wait, what were you working up to? The good story. If we started with Stanley and
oh yeah. No, good stories. There's some hopeful stories. Where's my last couple stories here?
Will be PC related.
Well, one of them is. So good story. Not only is Daredevil Born Again season 2 coming, season 3 is coming. So, like, a good show.
But it's a little confusing, though, right? Because I feel like they split season 1 into 2 seasons. Like, I feel like what season 2 is just the second part of season 1.
Maybe.
And now we're getting season 3, a.k.a. season 2.
But I think if you're going to have a, released once a week drama, but it's longer. It's not like a short thing. It's what were they, 8 or 10 episodes, right? So on like 6 episodes, it wasn't like a long movie. And just... It's a little world unto itself. It's, I don't want to say low budget, but it's not some fucking $500 million movie, right? Not some huge ass budget. Daredevil's like one of those perfect characters for just a multi-season long running TV show. Again, I'm not saying it has to be 22 episodes, but these are the type of characters that you can do something with. And I think you should have a lot of success with it, right? It doesn't need to be as big or as expensive as some of these other things that are just, just harder to do. A She-Hulk show or a Moon Knight show with all the effects needed for something like that. Daredevil should be much more, much cheaper, easier show, more easy to translate to drama, right? Courtroom drama stuff.
I will argue that Moon Knight should have been in that category. It's just not what they went with.
Right. No, they went.
It should have been just like Daredevil. Like, you have fun with, the stuff, but it shouldn't have been like episodes of like gods talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It should have been straight up street stuff.
No, but they made it a full on fantasy.
You can.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
You can do gods talking. You just don't need to do ginormous.
Well, not as a fucking hippo.
Yeah, no. You don't need that giant stuff. You can literally just have it as like a human construct.
Yeah, something he hears. Yeah,
or something he hears.
It's like again. I feel like Moon Knight should have been a perfect show, but it's not the way they went with it. But we joke, but the New Warriors I think could fit right into that. There's stuff you could do for TV, and that's why I like that. Like at the time that Netflix did all the street heroes, why Marvel had all the big stuff for the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Daredevil I think is the perfect guy, and all the street characters are really. But we just don't need like 1,500 of them all at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's their flaw. Yeah.
The final story, and if there is one person that remembers the old ways and how things used to be better, James Gunn announces and then within days shows the script for Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel set for July 2027. Hey, remember Kevin Sharp in the good old days when you release a movie, it was a big hit, and then you release another movie, a sequel, before the actors aged 15 years, and then that was a big hit, and you released a third movie, and you're like, yeah, I'm probably done. That was cool.
Like back in
and
the
then
days
that shit runs
previews catalog.
Yeah. And then that shit becomes some of the best movies ever made, and generations of kids grow up on it and becomes massive fandom. Like the way things we used to know how to do this. So Kimmel's obviously coming back on air now. Within that turnaround.
He's coming back. He's coming back. We're recording Monday. He's coming back tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yeah. But I was thinking about this. I was like, the Jimmy Kimmel suspension and what Marvel. It's fucking Disney did the same thing to Gunn. It's the exact same playbook, the exact same bullshit. If the Gunn didn't come back, he came back to finish. He was already working on Guardians. He's like, but I am out after this, right? So I'm sure Kimmel probably has maybe a little bit more sway and can probably write his own paycheck here at Disney for a while. But think of what Disney fucked up by losing. All the back end politic nonsense. Give Warner Brothers all the credit in the world for doing this the right way. You put a movie out, you film it when it's ready. You don't waste a ton of time on reshoots and recasting. You have scripts finished before the movie starts.
Let's give Disney a little more credit. Let's give what's his face fucking ringleader what's his name? Faihi some credit. Because when they started this, it was on the road. They had a vision. They knew what they were doing. They just lost their ways. That's all it is.
Right. No. They used to do this great. I mean, Iron Man 1 and 2 were like boom, boom, boom.
It's almost like they had the guys to continue it in their hands and didn't let them continue.
Yep. And they're like, "Yep, it's a hit. Let's go. Let's get the sequel out. Let's strike while iron's hot. We're gonna get another Superman movie before the second Avengers movie." That got pushed back, right? So they've not how many fucking years ago did they announce those movies, right? And they've changed course, had to do all this crap. Obviously the stuff with Jonathan Majors, I understand that things happen. I
actually think,
but they could. They probably would have changed it anyway.
Well, no, this is my theory. Marvel started the right way, got too big.
Well, remember when they started, this was pre-Disney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think there's way too many chefs in the kitchen at this point.
Oh yeah.
There's too many bosses. There's way many bosses of bosses at this point. Yep. Where getting anything done will take you 15 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, Gunn could fuck this all up, and it's kind of all on him if it does, right? But you have to assume he's working with people on the other projects that are going to kind of run through him, and he may not do anything past this, right? I mean, he may not have time. He may have to kind of run the ship, but if he can take his approach and apply it to the people working with him, fantastic, right?
Well, I think it's remember. We got probably one of the best Marvel movies in Winter Soldier because they specifically got directors that would fit perfectly with the character and the story that needed to be told, right? They did in that middle era, they were doing really, really well with pairing director talent up with character.
No, the British Social guys had never directed a movie in their life. They directed episodes of Community. They came out of nowhere.
The Russo brothers?
Yeah.
Didn't they? They hadn't done the movie before? Oh, okay.
No.
Nope.
No, they were complete unknowns.
But
and that's great. Well, no, I mean, no, but that's great. It's like you have someone that like you have the script, you do the thing. It's like, we're going to strike pretty much on the heels of Avengers. We're going to come right out. We have these actors under lock for no second guessing. Like this used to be the way that Marvel did it. And you can say whatever about Batman, whether you like Batman Returns or whether you like Batman and Robin, the fourth one, but they hit those sequels so quickly. So, it was only a couple of years later. They ran those out pretty quick because they're like, we have these big hits in our hand. You've got to keep this line moving, right?
Well, because
you can do it back. You could do it poorly. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying rush it and make it junk. I'm just saying have a plan, have a vision, have creators with some level of dedication. Yeah. And if Batman is tough. Batman's going to be like 7 years between movies, 6 years, and that is a long fucking time. All right, we should have 3 out by that time, not 2.
Well, we had Batman Returns 3 years after the '89, because and then Forever was 97, 96.
No, I want to say 95 for Forever.
Yeah, they came out at pretty consistent.
Like Forever is a sequel, but it's also kind of
95.
Like
you're right.
And then
but the Batman and Robin came
97
out
for Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was pretty fucking close. I was trying to win the Batmobile at Taco Bell.
97 was the Batman and Robin film.
Yeah, and the time between Batman, Batman Begins and Dark Knight, and again, it was not a fucking decade between movies, right? Like they, Nolan was like, "Yep, I got this plan. Okay, end one, start the next one. Here we go." Right? I
stick to my too many chefs in the kitchen theory on Marvel at this point.
Yeah,
you got too many people. Like whoever had a good idea, you don't have the champions, and then you have the people that are just trying to shoot it down. So it's too bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
theory. I don't know.
We're going to go from release to sequel in 2 years, which is just unheard of these days, outside of kind of like horror movies and, kind of lower budget stuff. Wake me when that third Avatar movie comes out. I'm sure it'll be another fucking decade. So
isn't that this Christmas?
It's coming in January.
Is it this already?
Yeah, they trailered it at the last.
Yeah.
One of the last
really gross.
No,
gross.
Wait, what Avatar?
The third one.
The Fire one.
Fire, and I can't remember the title. Fire.
Are you talking about the Smurfs or are you talking about the
Fire and Ash?
Smurfs.
Fire and
Ash. Fuck. No, I'm talking about Avatar The Last Airbender. The movie is coming with the kids as grown-ups. I'm very excited.
Well,
December 19th of 2025.
I won't watch it, so it doesn't matter. I was hoping to have a couple more years before that shit had to fill up my feed. So for 2 minutes, and then everyone forgets that movie exists because it's fucking terrible. Anyway, let's. So
Man of Tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. What movie that was in production or at some point, at least rumored, would you guys like seen made into reality that never got made over the years?
Like just anything?
Comic book related?
Anything. Sure, yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, comic book related. But the ones you heard of that seemed like they were going to get made, but then they just disappeared.
Do you have to stick to the creative crew that was announced?
Well, yeah, that's part of the game, right? It would have been like what could have been, right? There's like the Nick Cage Superman with Tim Burton. There's the
I'll pick either.
There's the James Cameron Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah,
right.
Ooh, man, that's a good one too. There's the Grant Morrison, Ezra Miller co-written Flash movie, which I don't know if that would have been good, but I definitely would have wanted to see it. And I think also, and I don't know if this is still something that might happen, but I'll still pick it as my second. Yeah. I think you could make a really good sequel to Constantine.
The Keanu Reeves one?
Yeah.
He wants to do it. He wants to do it.
I think you could make a really good sequel to that. Once people have just given up on this is not the comic book Constantine and just be free of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in talks right now to make it. Just no script's ready yet, I don't believe.
That end of that movie made the movie for me. So good. So good. Rock?
I'm trying to figure out something that you haven't mentioned yet. I'm like,
All right. Well, Ryan?
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm looking up a list of unproduced comic book movies.
Lane?
To throw one out there, I'm kind of curious, because we never got to see it. I'm kind of curious what the Ben Affleck Batman script was.
I would have loved to have seen the Batfleck movie, the actual proper Batfleck movie. I would have liked seeing that. But my pick is Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton as old Batman. With I think at the time was rumored to be Freddie Prinze Jr. to be Terry McGinnis. I would have fucking loved seeing that movie.
Oh, wait, Ryan, I may have one for you. Because
there's supposed to be a Mort the Dead Teenager movie.
Toby, the George Miller Justice League movie.
I think
that's my pick.
That would have been a good one to see. Yeah. There's a lot of what ifs in this timeline of movies that could have been, I feel like.
Guillermo del Toro's Doctor Strange, 2007. Yep. Interesting.
Yeah. Or was it who was the original guy on Ant-Man? It was Edgar Wright.
Oh yeah. That probably. Well, I mean, they used a lot of his stuff right in that script.
Yeah, they kept most of it.
You also have the Steven Spielberg Black Hawk.
Is Blade not on? Is Blade the Mashallah Ali Blade movie not on your list, Kevin?
You said projects that won't ever happen.
Like I said,
there was a Justice League Dark on there. They had a Del Toro one.
George Miller one. That's a good one, Kevin. That's a really good one.
Yeah, because he made once that got canceled, he made Fury Road.
Yeah. And they had costumes and stuff that got leaked.
Yep.
Oh, apparently there was supposed to be a third Batman with Tim Burton.
Yeah. He wanted to still do more, but I mean, sure, I would love to see that alternate timeline where Kang Dynasty came out last year.
James Cameron Spider-Man?
Right. What? This was not a way for you to take some punching hits.
No, what the heck? Yeah. James Cameron Spider-Man is like this legendary, supposed to have been made movie that just.
Hey, remember Dark Phoenix?
Yeah,
they were going to make a Dark Phoenix 2.
Well, they were not going to make anything after they made Dark Phoenix.
Hey, remember Deathstroke?
Oh, at the end of Justice League?
Yeah, with Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke had a solo film planned.
That would have been that way. He was supposed to be the main villain in the Batfleck movie, wasn't it?
Oh, there was Man of Steel 2.
I don't think there was.
No. The Ava DuVernay, the one that Tom King was working on, the New Gods. That one.
Yeah, that got scrapped.
That one got scrapped. I want to see that one. That's when I don't
know what they're going to do. Never know what they're going to do.
Well, they're just going to turn out garbage because there's only like 4 studios or some shit at this point, right?
Okay, I'm going off the top of my head here, Toby, but here's my last answer. I'm doing the Bryce Larson, my top 3, and then 17 honorable mentions. This is my last answer for real. The Paul Greengrass Watchmen movie, where it was updated to the War on Terror instead of the Cold War. Like it didn't have any of.
Wait. Was that before that Watchmen came out, or
yeah?
Okay, Paul. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, that would have been good.
So it had none of the the Nixon stuff and the Soviet Union and any of that. It was like modern day War on Terror setting.
Okay.
It just skipped a generation.
Yeah.
Where's the other 17 honorable mentions?
Well, on that note,
we're done.
Good note. Superman sequel.
Yay!
Coming soon. That's a good spot to end.
It's what they should have done with Men of Steel to begin with.
Yeah. Well, you remember, right? I mean, we got the Snyder cut, right? But what would have the Snyder movie actually have been? All right,
yeah,
the original.
This is kind of the problem, right? They let the guy with the vision, whether you agree with it or not, finish. Let him start it and finish it. And you may have to tell him to hey, this is not working for us. Cut it short, right? But let the guy with the vision just do it. Look, I'm not defending the Snyder Bros, and I actually really like some of the Snyder stuff. I would have just liked to see the end of it. Yeah. 2 more Justice League, or give me one Man of Steel and Justice League and wrap it all up, right? Yeah. That would have been nice.
But you got to remember, he left. It wasn't the studio that fired him.
No, but they had already freaked out. Yeah, post.
Yeah. But it was already 3 years since that happened before him leaving. So you were already 5 years after the original release of the Justice League. So you were saying that you want it right away. You weren't going to get it right away regardless.
That was my point. I would have liked to seen that. Let the guy finish up his thing.
But he wouldn't come back, is what I'm saying. He retired for a specific reason, to have those 3 years to himself. So he wasn't going to work on films for those 3 years.
All right. Whatever.
And like I said,
Wonder Woman came out of that, but it was great. He didn't direct that. Aquaman, the first one, came out of it. He didn't direct that. That was great. But it's you still had that whole mix of other people playing in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Well, he stepped away because his daughter passed away. So he had to. The other people came in and then they completely changed the movie.
The shit out of that movie.
And then they changed anything that was going to go forward. So it was what would that original movie had been had he had the ability to finish the entire thing? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm still interested if there's a Man of Steel director's cut. Because BVS, the original, and the extended cut, good. Justice League, the original, and the Snyder cut, good.
I don't think there is. I mean, I think the movie came out. And there's deleted scenes, but I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any director's cut for it.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to add to that movie.
No. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're back. Hopefully, this episode recorded properly the entire length. We'll find out when I go to edit it.
Ryan, there's going to be no Ryan audio, and it's going to be very interesting.
People just responding randomly.
I think that would be the funniest. That would almost be like a Charlie Kaufman performance art podcast if Ryan's audio was missing, but everybody else's was going.
It's just a bunch of audio of us going, no, what? No, you're wrong.
Garfield minus it's Garfield minus Garfield, right?
Man.
Yeah. Well, thank you to Ed at geekyvillain.com, Joe Duff, Kelsey May, and Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum Podcast Network. But he has new shows. They have the DDT Wrestling Podcast and Grace the Nurse Podcast. What's that about? I have no idea. You tell me. Jimmy, give me your pitch for the Grace the Nurse Podcast. It's on YouTube.
To be honest, he probably just come back on the minute you ask him.
Tell me what it's about so I can pimp this for your audience. Thanks to all our backers on Patreon. ComicConspiracyPodcast.com is where you can find all our previous episodes. If you go to patreon.com/ComicConspiracy, you can kick us a couple bucks for hosting this podcast. I always appreciate it. Comics Conspiracy, the comics with an S. .biz is where you can find all our physical in-store items and stuff at our warehouse for pickup and mail order or shipping. Come down and visit us in Sunnyvale, California. We had a couple podcast listeners stop by recently, so I always appreciate it. If you're in town, Bay Area, come say hi. And Brock's website, getspiritofbrock.com, hasn't updated much recently, but that's okay. You never know what's going to go over there.
Yeah.
Charlie, our good friend Charlie, he's busy with the Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast. No new Who, but there's always Doctor Who stuff to talk about. Kevin has his interview series called Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com and a page I love at Comic Art Live on YouTube. And you can check out leannehill.com, where my wife Leanne has her artwork up there. If you're on Blue Sky, I'm Ryan Higgins. Ryan, you can find me. Brock is Brock Sager. Toby is Toby XI. Kevin does that. Kevin Sharp. And check out Geekbox. We did an all Nintendo Direct episode last week. It was great talking about our favorite stuff from the recent Nintendo Direct. It was good times.
Virtual Boy.
You pre-ordering that? You getting the physical?
Dude, I'm so excited. I still remember playing the fucking Virtual Boy at the mall. I played Mario Clash. I played tennis. And then it did so bad, I've never seen the Virtual Boy again for I don't know.
So I have one. I have one.
You have one.
Yeah.
You have one. I mean, I've seen it at cons since later in the years, but man, I tried that, and then before you know it, that shit was gone. My hope is does yours turn on? Do you play on it?
I have no. Yeah, my hope is that they
is the 3D effect going to be part of this thing? It has to be, right?
Yeah, my hope is they remove the 3D effect and you can play it on the TV just flat, but you can also play it in 3D because you dock the entire Switch into the unit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I assume it's going to be like that. It's going to be like the original that, but my hope is you could actually just play it on the TV in 2D. That's my hope.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
With 3D glasses? With 3D glasses?
No, just flat, just 2D. Yeah, because it's not actually 3D. It's some bouncing. It's mirrored. It's some mirror.
Yeah, it does get big and small. I mean, It feels I don't know. I think it was better than 3DS, but I could be wrong.
Hey, you know what the best thing about the 3DS was?
I think it was.
No,
I mean, I didn't have colors and shit, but I thought. Look, we're talking about what? 30-something years ago?
Yeah, I mean, 3DS is also awful. I never played in 3D, but
that was the best thing. Great, but shut off the 3D.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. The only thing I wish is you just buy a cartridge with all the fucking Virtual Boy games on it and call it a day.
Yep, that's the only thing. That's where you're getting.
No, it's a subscription.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's part of the.
No. But let me buy the cartridge. Let me have it forever. Dude, did I tell you I went back to the Switch 1? I'm not even touching the Switch 2.
Oh, really?
Once. Yeah, I went back to playing on the Switch 1. Do you not play a lot of the NES stuff? Because they suck on the Switch 2.
What?
I'm getting a shit ton of lag. I can't play it.
What?
Fuck it. Yeah, dude, it's unplayable.
Weird.
It's better on the Switch 1.
Huh.
Yeah, so I went back to the Switch 1 to play. I mean, when I play Mario Kart 2 or whatever it's called, 10, 11, World, I play that on the Switch 2, but literally everything else, I go back to the Switch 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have never bothered with the Switch 2, and that's coming from a Nintendo fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still think when they come out with the Switch 2 Lite, that's probably going to be my console. But for the NES stuff, dude, Dr. Mario, dude, it lags like there's... I don't know why it's lagging, dude.
Weird.
It's a fucking 30, 40-year-old game, right? So, yeah, when you play that online, it's so much worse. And literally, you pick up the Switch 1, it's perfectly fine.
Huh. Strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
And I might be the only one in the fucking world that plays Dr. Mario every other day with a person across the country, but that's what I like to play. Yeah. Very disappointed in the Switch 2 so far.
And on that note, goodbye, everyone.
Virtual Boy.
Go listen to Geekbox.
Virtual Boy.
Goodbye, everyone.